Hey, I'm Cliffhanger, and this is the movie Sin Nombre. One of the most brutal and powerful gangs, Mara Salvatrucha, hunts illegal immigrants in search of their murdered leader. The film begins with the main character, a young gangster nicknamed Casper, staring at wallpaper that depicts an autumn alley, a beauty strikingly different from his bleak everyday life. On his back are tattooed the letters MS, the mark of belonging to the Mara Salvatrucha gang. The teenager walks the streets of Tapachula, a city in southern Mexico, near the Guatemalan border. He collects tribute from local businessmen and meets up with fellow gang members, then rides his bicycle to the house of Benito. Benito's grandmother doesn't want to let the boy out, fearing he'll mix with criminals, but he doesn't listen and escapes anyway. Casper inspects the things stolen by the kid and informs him that Lil Mago, the gang leader, wants to see him. For initiation, Benito is beaten by a crowd. Bloodied and sobbing, the boy is then declared a member of the gang. Through the pain, the little criminal smiles, earning himself the nickname Smiley. The story then shifts to Tegucigalpa, the capital of Honduras. Here lives Sayra, a girl preparing to cross illegally into the US, together with her uncle and father, who was recently deported. The father now has a new family in the US, but wants to help his daughter from his first marriage and his brother reach the land of opportunity. Still, Sayra is not sure if she truly wants to leave her homeland. Meanwhile, Benito and Casper are on guard duty at La Bombilla train station, where migrants wait for freight trains. It's also the border between the territories of two gangs. Casper gets a text from his girlfriend and sneaks away to see her, leaving his post. Little Benito spies on the older boy's intimate moments through the window. Later, when they walk back to gang headquarters, Casper warns him not to tell anyone that they left early. At the HQ, Benito is taught the basics of gang life and hierarchy. He still needs to kill his first enemy to complete his initiation. The chance comes almost immediately. Lil Mago presents a captured rival gang member from La Chavala, allegedly caught at La Bombilla, where Casper was supposed to be on duty. Casper denies leaving his post, but Lil Mago orders Benito to execute the prisoner with a crude homemade gun and forces Casper to assist. Under Casper's guidance, the boy shoots the rival, binding himself by blood to the gang. Later, the leader consoles him. Now, you're part of something bigger than yourself. 3 days later, Sayra and her relatives march through the jungle, memorizing a phone number in case something happens. The survivor who reaches Texas must call family in New Jersey. They cross from Honduras into Guatemala, then to the Mexican border, where police search them but find nothing and let them go. The migrants reach La Bombilla, joining others in a desperate camp of those chasing a better life. Sayra's father explains, "It will take 2 or 3 weeks to cross Mexico before reaching the US." That evening, Casper keeps watch with his girlfriend, Martha Marlene. They chat, but she steers the conversation toward jealousy, accusing him of hiding things because he has another girl in the gang. They argue. She storms off, just as other gang members arrive led by Soul, Lil Mago's lieutenant. Soul orders Casper to show up the next day at a general meeting in the cemetery. He notices Martha and asks who she is. Casper, afraid, introduces her as a random acquaintance, which only deepens her hurt. At night, a train stops. Migrants scramble onto the roof, but soon learn the train won't go farther due to an accident blocking the tracks. The next day at the cemetery, Lil Mago demands money for the gang treasury. He also raises doubts about Casper's loyalty, accusing him of leaving his post. As punishment, Casper is stripped of his gun. Then Martha unexpectedly shows up. Lil Mago takes notice, volunteering to escort her out. He leads her away among the graves, while Casper is ordered to do menial chores. Benito is beaten by the gang as part of his own punishment. Out of sight, Lil Mago tries to rape Martha. She resists. Enraged by the insult, he strikes her, and she falls, cracking her skull against a tombstone, dying instantly. That night, Lil Mago returns. A battered Casper asks where Martha is. The leader coldly replies, "The devil took her. Find yourself another." Realizing the truth, Casper breaks down in tears. Later, Lil Mago hands Benito the homemade gun again, telling him he and Casper will join him on a job. The landslide has been cleared, and the train is moving again. The trio boards the freight with the migrants. When the train halts, they begin robbing the poor souls with weapons. Things escalate when Lil Mago notices Sayra. He likes her and tries to assault her, but Casper, still shaken by Martha's death, slits his throat. Knowing this act dooms him, Casper shoves Benito away, telling him to run back. The boy later stumbles upon Lil Mago's body, mangled by the moving train. Casper, meanwhile, stays with the migrants. They are terrified of his presence and secretly plan to throw him off. Sayra, however, saves him by screaming, "Immigration Patrol!" to distract the others. Back at HQ, Benito reports what happened. In memory of the leader, Sewell accuses the boy of treason. He let the killer go. The only way to clear his name is to hunt down Casper and kill him. Sewell gives him a revolver with 6 bullets and sends him on his mission. Benito brags to other kids, showing off his new weapon. On another stop, migrants gather water. Casper gets a text from Sewell. There's a bounty on his head. Sayra climbs up with food for him. The next day, the train reaches Tierra Blanca, where migrants stop to eat, rest, and wash. Casper hides, trying not to draw attention. Benito also arrives, contacting the local MS branch. They already know about the manhunt. They question locals. Only a drunk tramp recognizes Casper and points the way. The train moves on. Locals toss food to the migrants from bridges. Sayra stays glued to Casper, even after he confesses he's a dead man walking. As they near a station, he warns that police and immigration always wait there. Everyone must jump off, run several blocks, and reboard later. At the station, Benito and MS soldiers led by Scarface lie in wait. They split up, spotting Casper. While 2 chase him, Scarface and Benito bump into a rival gang. A shootout erupts, straight out of San Andreas. Outnumbered, MS flees. Casper escapes and gets back onto the train. The assassins pursue by car toward the next city. Approaching Mexico City, Casper leaps off the train at dawn. He notices Sayra followed him, abandoning her father and uncle. Together they seek refuge with Tanya, a criminal woman Casper once worked for. She knows his situation, but agrees to help. She hides them in her car trunk, transfers them into a fruit truck heading north, and finally onto an auto hauler full of cars. On a concrete wall, they see a warning: Casper will not pass. Tanya betrays them, informing Sewell. On the road, Casper tells Sayra he couldn't save his girlfriend from the leader and doubts he can protect her. Meanwhile, Sayra's father and uncle are spotted by Border Patrol. Trying to flee, the uncle falls from the train and dies. In Reynosa, Benito and the gang lie in ambush for the auto hauler. They search the cars but find nothing. Casper and Sayra had jumped earlier. They hide in a homeless shelter, clean up, but are quickly recognized by Casper's tattoos. A fight breaks out. Outnumbered, he struggles. Sayra meets an old migrant from Tapachula who tells her father was deported and her uncle killed by the train. Sayra runs to a church to cry, where Casper finds her. Later, by the Rio Grande, the border with the US. He convinces her to keep going to New Jersey. They hire a coyote to cross the river. Suspicious men watch them, but Casper ignores it. The coyote says he can only ferry one at a time. Sayra goes first, stripping and sealing her clothes in a waterproof bag. As she wades into the water, gang members appear with guns, chasing Casper. Sayra tries to turn back. Casper runs to the shore, where Benito stands with the revolver aimed at him. With no other choice, Benito shoots, hitting him in the chest and stomach. Sayra watches in horror as the rest of the gang arrives and finishes him off, riddling his body with bullets, leaving no chance of survival. Crying, she swims to the opposite bank, toward freedom and opportunity. After Casper's execution, Benito is tattooed with the sacred letters MS on the inside of his lip, sealing his membership. In the finale, Sayra reaches a shopping mall in the United States. She approaches a payphone and dials the memorized number, the only person in this foreign land she can rely on. But the movie ends there. If you want to see more videos like this, leave a like and subscribe. That helps my channel a lot. See you.